going to leave somebody open. Who's it going to be? You got the Darkseer, you got the Panda, which God knows they're going to ban it because they don't want me to have fun anymore. Lycan, which of course is an auto ban. Darkseer to go along with that. Invoker and Furion. I hope Furion gets banned.
Me too.
Ooh, this is going to be close. Chen is the last one, of course. So Chen, Furion, Panda. Who? Who's it going to be?
Yeah, I think Chen will get left, but I would like it to be Panda that gets left.
Please. For the love of Henry Dickinson, please.
And there's Leshrac too.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Could get banned over Chen.
Yeah. Yeah, they could just do the old ban. Well, I mean, Leshrac's obviously very good, but ban somebody like that. Damn you to hell. Damn you to hell. Now, if a Furion is in this game, I swear to God, thank God. All right, so Chen, it's fine. I have no problem with Chen. It's gonna be picked up.
Leshrac, Windrunner.
Yeah, Leshrac win exactly, and then the third one most likely Enchantress.
Yeah, probably. It means they don't have the great Sand King Leshrac lane that they really like, but I mean that's kind of going to force the other team to ban the Sand King anyway. Oh, to go with the Tide instead.
Can Tide get levels any one game today? Is it possible?
Probably not.
That would be great to see. I mean, Tide, look at his cuddly little face. I mean, he's super cuddly. Don't you want to just caress his skin thingy? Very cuddly.
To be honest, in neither of the games we've seen him in has he really been that big of a factor.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not just the levels, but it's just like, I don't know. The teams have done a really good job playing around his ult.
Well, you don't ever... Like, if you don't get levels, you don't get farm. You don't get farm, you don't get a blink. Like, how are you going to get that crap off? Okay, so Morphling we're going to see yet again, which we've seen in almost every game so far. So Chen, Windrunner, along with a Morphling. And then here we have Lesh, Tide. Who are they going to go with next? Enigma's banned. I would typically say Enigma is in every single game, but Enchantress I would like to see.
Yeah, you could still go Sand King in theory. I think a Brood.
Okay, Brood. Ban of Shadow Demon and SK incoming.
Right.
Would be my picks at least. I mean, Earthshaker obviously. Prime candidate. Still looking for this Shadow Fiend on Scandal, but I don't think it's going to happen. WAP going to get banned. Along with the SK, not too big of a surprise. And Ricky being banned, okay. Good counter to Morphling, so in that sense it makes sense. Anti-Mage is still available, though. And in a lot of ways that is a counter to Morphling. Okay, so Earthshaker and SK. Crystal Maiden get picked up to avoid the opposing team Empire from getting it, which of course is a great counter to somebody like a Chen. Wow, there! I've been waiting for this all day, man. All freaking day. Hopefully it's a good Death Prophet, otherwise I don't care.
Yeah, we're gonna have pushing colliding either way.
Yes, that's what I like to see.
Well, kind of. We're gonna have
just
pushing
Chen,
colliding
really.
at first, and then it's gonna be Morphling farming for 30 minutes. So I'll be honest, I'm kind of hoping for Empire to win this one. Morphling is almost about as boring to watch as Anti-Mage. So.
You think so? I think he's a lot more...
Yeah, he's fun at first, but then it just gets real boring.
I don't know. His shotgun build is entertaining throughout the entire game.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Anti-Mage
build, I
is
get
just...
that. Gil, that's why I said almost as boring as Anti-Mage to watch, not as boring.
I like watching Morphling, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ugh.
So Death Prophet, most likely going to be a solo mid, although we've seen him in this side before. And Beastmaster, which we've seen in almost every game except for last game, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And the lanes for them, well, I guess it's pretty easy, actually. We're going to have a Morphling, Crystal Maiden, Beastmaster solo, Windrunner solo, Chen in the jungle, so not too big of a surprise. Pretty paper cutter? What am I thinking? Cookie cutter.
Cookie cutter.
I just ate a cookie, too. That's weird. I didn't think of that. Cookie cutter laning.
And then Empire takes the Shadow Demon, which is, I mean, yeah, it would have been a good counter to the Brood, so if they picked him out earlier, you would have thought that was a protection pick, but they actually just really want that the Shadow Demon for themselves. Mm-hmm. It's decent against Morphling. It's not that great, but I don't know. I mean, it's just a very strong hero overall, so you can never really argue with the Shadow Demon pick. So, I mean, yeah, for their lanes, though, they're looking a bit more weird. I mean, I guess they're going to run the Shadow Demon, or the Brood solo bottom, and then some weird combination of lanes. I guess maybe tri-lane the Leshrac or the Death Prophet and let the other one solo.
Oh, here we go with the Beastmaster again.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This shouldn't be allowed. Now, it's funny that, just to give you guys a little backstory in case you weren't aware, TTB is the one that doesn't want to play this game because they're super tired, along with Hari, playing 9 hours straight. Yet they pick a late game carry as opposed to just a pushing build, where Empire does have a pushing one.
Well, so the problem was, so they got the Chen first. Obviously, that indicated they wanted to push, but then Empire takes Tide, and it's so hard to push into a Tide. You can't go up. You can't go uphill against the Tides. You
well, against the Tides today, I'd beg to differ.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe you would be able to get into the base before Tide even got level 6, but still, in general, you can't go uphill against the Tides.
So both opposing side lane forest sections are completely cleared out. So it's gonna be. Oh, actually, is this a tree? Ooh, I can't. No, that's not a tree. Okay. Oh, wait. There's a little tiny tree here that wasn't taken out. Very important to look at, although it probably won't make any difference. Beastmaster gonna be the side. Oh, I'm sorry. S4 on the Beastmaster. We're seeing him a lot on Beastmaster today. A lot of fails, but a lot of fails. And then Henry Dickinson on the Crystal Maiden. Balsam on the Morphling. This is very reminiscent of the first game we cast with them.
Yep. But aren't you a little bit afraid that having Henry Dickinson, assuming again the kind of less important role, is going to be painful for?
It is painful. It's painful for me just to watch, you know. But the Nino is going to be on the Chen. And last but not least, who am I missing? Who am I missing? Is it mid? Oh, okay, Calculus, of course, on the winner side, mid solo, which we've been seeing so much more lately.
Yep.
And it's going to be against a duel.
Meanwhile, for the Dire, we've got No Problem for Carrying, also known as Fei V, or Blow Your Brain, I guess for the old Dota 1 players who watched him. J4 on the Tidehunter, Scandal playing Death Prophet, Lega on the Shadow Demon, and DTS Bone Fletcher on...
Bone Fletcher. You disappoint me, son. He tried to fake out his stun, and he did it for so long that Beastmaster just ran away. That's too bad. As a pause comes out from Bone Fletcher, the team that wants to finish this as soon as possible, mind you. Because they are all yawning, just like Hari. In anticipation for this game, here comes the go.
Yeah.
Looks like how have they been playing 9 hours? I haven't been casting 9 hours. Maybe I have. Oh my god, maybe I have. 5, 9 and a half hours.
Action on Brood Bottom.
Oh, hi Broodmother, you're dead. So first blood going to Morphling, that's not a good sign. That's definitely the last person you want to give first blood to. An early advantage. Meanwhile at mid, a little bit of harassment / farming. There comes the disruption. Not really timed very well for the Crypt Swarm. In fact, I'm not sure why the Windrunner even used Windrun there. But either way, Beastmaster at the top lane is going to be essentially soloing with this against the Serac, and of course Tide is the typical puller / jungler, if you will, which we've been seeing him fail at so far today. By fail out, we mean he doesn't get any farm throughout the game, so he's pretty much useless. It's a glorified Ravage, which in the later stages when you get BKBs on a Broodling, or I'm sorry, the other team, Morphling, if he ever goes BKB. Actually, none of these heroes really get BKB, so it could be something to think about for Morphling, which we saw in game 1, I want to say? But we'll see if that comes to fruition or not. Stun again misses. Yeah, and Diabolic Edict doing a ton of damage to S4. I don't think they can get it without another stun. If he had hit the... Oh, okay, so S4 sticking around, and he's going to die as a result.
Yeah, I don't know why he turned around there.
Yeah, that was an
I mean,
odd
I thought
choice,
he maybe had a teammate coming from the river, but no, that was Dire. So, I don't know. Real questionable, that.
And Beastmaster's back after the humiliating death. Crypt Swarm is going to be used, going to be missing on Windrunner. Early CS scores coming out here, 11 and 5 for Morphling, as opposed to the 12 and 1 Scandal, the top for his team. So even in that regard, I mean, you got to consider Death Prophet basically the carry for this team. And we've been seeing that a lot lately too, with pretty much tanky builds going. Actually, really early hearts I've been seeing. I don't know if that's typical or not. Usually, I remember Bloodstone back in the day. I'm not sure if that's. And my mouse again! Are you kidding me? Razor. Oh god. Oh god, help me!
Yeah, Bloodstone's relatively typical for Death Prophet. Ooh, action bottom again on the Brood. I'm not sure if they even place a sentry for this, though. Maybe they will? Nope, no sentry place, so Brood's gonna be just fine.
I bet my mouse can't take the like a certain temperature. It's probably 88 degrees in my room right now. That might be its limit, something like that. Either way, Scandals continue to farm. This is going to be really the hero to look at for Empire, is Death Prophet. It makes or breaks the game, in my opinion, because Morphling's going to get his farm one way or another. At least that's the trend that we've been seeing today. And if that continues, then they're not going to really stand late game against the Morphlings. So that's going to be the most important lane.
Yeah, I mean, Scandal has done really well so far, as you would expect. He is Scandal, and he is, he does have Death Prophet against Moonrunner, which I think is favorable for the Death Prophet, aside from the fact that it's very easy to get ganked. But they've done a pretty good job. Well, actually, just TTV really hasn't roamed their supports very much, other than to kill the Brood so far. But it looks like they will be hitting that call maybe very soon here, or maybe not. I guess we'll see. Anyway, S4 has actually been forced all the way back past the tower in here, and Tide is at level 3, halfway level 4, so it's not been terrible for him, but it's not been good either, so I know he's going to have to pick up some levels from somewhere. We'll have to see where that exactly is. Does go and actually pick up his boots now. Really no point in getting a TP quickly on him when you don't have your ult anytime soon, so TP's not going to do much. It's not like you can TP to support, so you can hit someone with Gush Anchor Smash.
Morphling in the meantime. Frostbite's really good against, I believe that reveals invisibility, if I'm not mistaken, unless they changed that recently. S4 in a lot of trouble, going to get triple gangbanged here. But he's actually walking probably the correct way, if anything. But Disruption is going to be used in combination with the Leshrac stun, and that should be the death of S4 on this. And that's the most common, like we saw Torrent last game being used in conjunction, along with Sunstrike for that shot, for the Disruption, but that's probably the most tried and true. Does that make sense? Tried and true combination is the Leshrac stun into the Disruption, so very nicely done, as usual.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Windrunner actually did rotate up top to try to prevent any incoming push, which is what they expected, with Leshrac in the lane. But this is allowing Scandal to do some really nice damage on this mid tier 1 tower with the double damage rune. So, kind of a missed movement there by Calculus, trying to be safe in that regard, but it ended up not really paying off for him since there was no push coming anyway. The creep wave was too far back.
Broodling has the Soul Ring up, along with the basic regeneration / Iron Branches, and honestly, from what I remember from the last time we cast this, which was today sometime, which of course I'm getting them all jumbled up, didn't farm very well in the beginning of the game and got an extremely late BKB. See if that is the case this time around. But he's going to go in the jungle, and is he going to be spotted by Balsam along with the Nino? The Nino. Doesn't look like it. He's just going to farm away to his heart's content. And really, not a whole... we have another pause from the team that really wants to finish this game as fast as possible. Probably getting their coffee ready. Like, alright, it's going to be a long one. We got that Morphling and Kara, tell you what. Need to farm them up as fast as possible. As long as possible, really, I'll tell you what. But, I don't know. This is going to be a fight to the finish, Hari. A fight to the finish. And it's going to be cool to see that Leshrac hero, and I would be fine with that. I absolutely hate him. S4 getting chased off the tower, and the Diabolic Edict level 3. That's going to be more than enough to get this tower.
Yeah, and this time, once again, Calculus is rotating over, but this time he was too late.
He's a little too late. Power Shot going to use the last hit creeps. Doesn't actually hit any heroes, unfortunately.
Scandal can ult and take the tower, yep, and he does mid.
Oh,
although Chen is actually already over here, but I think Scandal's going to be able to... Not going to man up.
Oh, he gets it. Frostbite's going to keep him in place, doing as much damage to the Crystal Maiden as possible, but will die as a result of his insolence for attacking Henry freaking Dickinson. Morphling has the treads, along with the Ring of Basilius. Most likely Ring of Aquila to follow. Unless he's farming ridiculously well, then I think he just goes straight for Perseverance into Lincoln's or something like that. Do you think we're going to see anything different from his build this time around?
No. It seems maybe at this point unlikely that he is going go for the Aquila, since he hasn't gotten it yet, but I feel like he should. It's just such a good item. It's so easy. Really no reason not to, other than what you said, which is if he's farming well, going straight to Perseverance will allow him to get more mana regeneration, health regeneration, which will just make his farming easier, whether it's contested against the Brood or not, just spamming waveform. So, still though, I don't know. Akila's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely a good item. Doesn't give you any extra stats, mind you, but it's still great. The inventory slot is priceless.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely priceless. And another pause coming from Henry Dickinson this time. It must be serious if it's Henry Dickinson pausing.
Ugh. Killing me here. Really killing me.
Chen does spot Broodmother. That's going to be fun to watch.
Interesting, yeah.
Interesting, yes. Definitely interesting.
I'll have to see if Balsam rotates over there. I mean, got no slow on the Brood. And actually no boots on the Brood either, so I think Chen will be just fine.
Broodmother doesn't... When do you pick up the ultimate on Broodmother?
Usually level 9. 4 and 4, then 1, then 1, then 1, then max passive, obviously.
I feel like it's hard to get a kill with his ultimate if you don't have at least one in his passive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it'd still just be useful for taking a tower, just the extra base damage.
True. And just to regen off of creeps as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, or if someone's ever foolish enough to stand and fight you, you can just ult up and attack them.
It's a hero that's, like, been in and out for some reason. Competitive play. Used to be considered tier 1, then completely dropped off.
You see what the Beastmaster's doing, though? He actually has done the Ancients, even though he's in the Radiant. He's
Very
just
cool.
throwing the axes across the cliff.
I like he. He has a bottle, too. He doesn't even bother with a soul ring. S4 FTW. Scandal, in the meantime, has the Invis rune. This is typically when you see him pop his ultimate, then use the Invis rune and do as much damage as possible to heroes, not towers, because there's no point in doing that to a tower. I would assume he's going for a Bloodstone, since he has Arcane Boots. Which is what I'm going to assume is going to happen here. He doesn't pop his ultimate, so not looking for anything as far as cheesiness is concerned. Just looking to set up a gank, perhaps. Disruption used. Soul Catcher, and that is a dead Beastmaster. And are they going to spot these Ancients? They're relatively low. Is this worth using Exorcism? That's only a double stack, maybe not.
No.
If it was a triple stack, I would argue yes. Double stack.
Well, it actually is a triple stack. The small dragons have just been killed.
Oh, I see. Oh, so then the big ones are all that matter. I'm assuming they spotted us. We'll see if that comes to bite S4 in the anus in the coming moments.
Yeah, well, what they should do is actually, they've just done exactly that. They place this ward down further down here. So what they're going to do is they're going to wait to, they assume at least what they're doing is they're waiting to see the person come clear the Ancients, and they're going to jump on him, kill him, and then take the weakened Agents. And they're actually pinging now, but that's actually, he's coming over here to gank with his ultimate. Just barely hit level 6, so he wants to use that damn thing. And Disruption, the Windrunner, disruptioning the Beastmaster after he's used all his abilities doesn't really do anything. He's going to get, one more right click is enough to kill Leshrac.
It's no Henry Dickinson.
Yeah, if Lego was Henry Dickinson, he would have disruptioned the correct target. Even disruptioning the Leshrac there actually would have been better than disruptioning the Beastmaster. But,
Wow. Lots of right-clicking. Oh, a nice wand charge. Gonna keep that Shadow Demon alive, so maybe not completely misplay overall, although technically it was, I guess. Trees being cleared out left and right. Top lane's gonna get pushed. We have a TP in. Is there going to be enough support, though? Scandal comes in. He has his ultimate, which we haven't seen other than the one time in the mid-tower. As far as hero damage is concerned, we haven't seen any of it. Broodmother, we don't even need to talk about her the rest of the game. She's just going to do this the rest of the game. But at the same time, it's going to leave Morphling alone as well to less hit creeps. And right now, he has a Perseverance. So yeah, he's not opting to go for Ring of Aquila. Going straight for that Lincoln. So Ultimate Orb next on the list. And he's farming relatively well. Let's look at the... Actually, let's look at the last hits overall. We have a little bit of action as we watch them right-click each other. 78 and 19 for that's ridiculously good, actually, and 74 and 6 for Death Prophet. So very even, both getting a really high amount of creep kills. I mean, usually you say 50 over the first 10-minute period is considered good, and the fact that we're 11 minutes in, they have over 70 is pretty good.
Now, you got to consider at least small chunk of the Morphling.
Oh, that's true.
Spiderlings.
Yeah, that's very misleading indeed. So
Yes,
Death Prophet
so-
perhaps way ahead in that regard.
Yeah. Well, and she is if you look at gold per minute. Although that is also influenced by the fact that she took a tower, so it kind of balances both ways. But yeah, I would say that means that Scandal is definitely way far ahead, CS-wise at least.
We have a Congo line of smoke coming in. And looks like they're going to run right into the Chen, who's going to get blocked off by the Spiderlings. And that looks like a dead Chen to me. I don't know about you, but looks pretty dead to me. Quick Way's going to be used. And the Spiderling charge. FT dubs going to be the last hit for him. So, defense here. Wow, a lot of damage going to Morphling. He's very cocky here. I'm not sure why he even stayed around here. Is Ravage available? Yes, might as well use it. He's going to get Beastmaster roared. But the Diabolic Edict goes through trees, goes through invisibility. But Morphling, hello. He gets out.
It was all thanks to the not Henry Dickinson. Oh, actually more
But
action.
not Henry Dickinson. Gush is being used as S4 as the pressure continues. There's the Ravage. Should be a dead S4 thanks to the Death Prophet ultimate. Chen's ult actually it kept him alive for just a little bit, but dies in the end regardless. And the chase continues, but nothing's going to occur on that side of the map. Chen in the meantime, getting last hitted by Broodmother. Sun's going to miss by Leshrac, but Crystal Maiden. Poor Henry Dickinson. I'm sorry I called you.
Oh no!
She's gonna go away for now, but in the meantime, Titan's gonna get chased. But Windrunner's gonna decide against chasing for some reason. Henry Dickinson does get last hit by Death Prophet, so good job by them. I'm wondering why Windrunner didn't continue to chase. That looked like an easy kill. But despite that, this tower is still in a lot of peril. One more push, pretty easily get this. Not in deny range as of yet.
What I was going to say was, and actually we have the pretty standard Death Prophet build these days, the mech on Death Prophet, which I really don't know how much I like. I mean, I guess in theory it's kind of just like Pugna, so I guess that kind of makes sense, but I just prefer to get tanky stuff, although the mech in theory is quite tanky since it gives, I mean, +5 all stats, +5 armor, that's health and armor, plus it gives you another 250 on demand. What I was going to say was actually, yeah, the Morphling should not have gotten away there. The overlapping abilities from the Queen, well, not just overlapping, but actually counteracting, basically, yeah, the not Henry Dickinson on, Shadow, check on the bottom, Leshrac's gonna be fine. Yeah, is that probably, no.
Chen
Maybe.
pwned Shadow Demon, apparently, in the mid
Interesting.
lane. As Demonic Purge, wow, nice send back by Chen. Probably was alright anyway, but Demonic Purge doing a ton of damage regardless. Calculus getting pushed off the lane, and Scandal's ult is up. Level 1 ult, though, hasn't hit level 11 yet. Probably going to pop this anyway. And this tower's going to take quite a bit of damage, if not go down, with that Diabolic Edict level 4.
Yeah, plus the Siege Creep.
Nothing S4 Calculus can do. You might as well just stand here and tank the tower, to be honest.
And I tried to deny it.
Nice fortification. Can they actually do something about this, though? Spiderling attached to a Tidehunter. You don't see that every day. Broodmother gets the last hit. Top lane. They're going to try to counter push, but really, I mean, it's just... Well, it is Henry Dickinson. Don't get me wrong, but it is Crystal Maiden, after all. Orcam 11 was picked up by Broodmother at the 15-minute mark. Not bad. Not bad at all. Much better than we saw before. Especially considering he doesn't even have any of the items on him right now. Just straight up.
I wanted to bring this up earlier, but yeah, Orchid pretty good in this game. I mean, against the Windrunner and the Morphling, both with escape mechanisms, and against Chen in team fights.
Definitely. Definitely, bro. And Orchid is officially picked up. And this is the time for Broodmother to start taking over a little bit, making her name shine, if you will. And Death Prophet, still another probably 10 minutes away from dominance, but that's the time frame we're looking at for Empire. Next 15, 20 minutes is their time to shine, if you will. Bottom lane, smoke being used. Morphling has one wave in him. Replicate is not up. He's going to get disrupted. Leshrac stun. Going to get Gush. He's going to try to morph away, but looks like it's going to be too much damage. Broodmother gets the last hit. Mid lane, Scandal's not going to get latched to the Shackle Shot. Oh, actually, Chen taking a lot of damage. Pops his ultimate. Ravage coming out. Is it going to be enough? Yes, easily going to get the kill on Chen, so well done. Gush as well applied to S4. Very low on health. The Crypt Swarm almost enough to kill him. I don't think the Gush is going to... I don't think he's going to catch up to get the Gush, although he's standing there and TPing away. So, we'll provide time for Tidehunter to just run up and Anchor Smash. Congratulations.
That was like what the bots do. I watched my girlfriend play with the bots, and they do that sometimes. They could easily get away, and they're like, no, I'm just going to TP out.
Lol.
And this is going to be a Roche kill for Empire.
Yes, indeed it will.
I assume they'll use Scandal's ult for this, which they should do as soon as he uses his mana boots, and then it should pop the ult. Yep.
And this now, who do you put the Aegis on?
Leshrac.
I mean, I would typically say Leshrac, but he well, he was a farmer.
Items.
Yeah, he's not. No, it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, in theory,
I'm
it's
just used to him being support, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, he's getting closer. Yeah, he's pretty close to that. So, but if it's any indication of what we've seen today, Death Prophet's gonna pick it up. Even though I berated them for doing so in the game that you were not here for, backing up. Leshrac does pick it up, very nicely done.
And he has his Bloodstone now, too. Well, basically.
Demonic Purge on Calculus. He's going to try to get away. He's silenced right now by the Orchid. It's not enough damage to kill him, but he's going to get out just fine. Meanwhile, Morphling, yet again. He said that he's been sitting on that Perseverance for quite a while. Obviously, that death set him back a little bit. Bloodstone officially picked up by Lesh.
Oh, I didn't know you could disassemble your boots at the secret shop. I thought you had to go back to base to do it.
How dare you. Even I knew that. Freaking hard.
Now, see, I tried it in a private game once, but I must have just done it wrong.
Maybe the shopkeeper doesn't like you. He tells me I'm his favorite customer. I don't know about you. Henry Dickinson's going to try to get away. Oh, he is going to get away. Broodmother getting perma-stunned by this Chen. Very nice.
All Henry Dickinson.
Yeah, he sets up everything, doesn't he?
As far as back to stacking the Ancients and killing them, he's going to go grab a DD rune. Scandal's not very happy about that. And actually, Scandals can get ulted, but then there's not going to be any follow-up.
And yet again, we're seeing Beastmaster go with the same build. Well, I guess he's only level 7, so it's to be expected. But at this point, he's going to go Inner Beast, I would think. And again, we have seen no benefit from his Call of the Wild in any games today. Like his Hawk, maybe in a couple instances, were helpful. His Boar has been utterly useless, not used in any good situation. Disruption used. Chain Stun's not going to work, but the Demonic Purge is going to be more than enough. As Death Prophet does get the last hit on that bad boy. So Beastmaster dead. Death Prophet's Exorcism still up. Has the mech. Uses it. Bottom lane in the meantime. Morphling against the Broodmother. Who's going to get the last hit? It's going to be Chen with his cuddly creeps. In fact, is this the Chen new model? Does it actually come up in the game? He looks the same in game, doesn't he?
That looks the same to me.
Yeah. So just updated the portrait, I guess. Scandal's going to TP away right in front of his enemies. Just a little slap in the face.
The reason why actually Chen got that tower was because he did such a good job. Whoa. Tide Ravage.
Tide's manning up, man. Anchor Smash level 4. See? This is what a Tide can do if he gets levels. Level 4 Anchor Smash is nothing to scoff at. Definitely a powerful ability in its own right. And honestly, what is it, 40% reduction in damage? That's going to help against somebody like Morphling. But of course, the Manta Style, which will eventually be picked up, will benefit him in that regard to take off that debuff. Demonic Purge, again, it seems like that's up every 10 seconds. Gush along with that, lots of damage. Beastmaster's almost dead, going to get Force Staffed out, and actually will live to see another day. Although he stays in the trees and might be mistaken. Nice Shackle Shot. Tidehunter's dead, I think. Tidehunter's not dead. As a little bit of a misclick. Oh, I guess it's not a misclick. Random chance onto that cuddly troll warlord. So both heroes living somehow as the chase continues. Diabolic Edict. Henry Dickinson is just playing with his opponents. You know, like look at this. You're not going to do anything. Nice Frostbite. Along with the power shot. Bone Fletcher's really confident for some reason, but you're not. You're going against Henry Dickinson. I don't know what to say here. Aegis is going to be used. Of course, he will have full mana and health capacity, so that's good for him. They can continue to push if they really want to, continue to fight. For that matter, Diabolic Edict is used again. Henry Dickinson better be careful. You better be careful. Henry Dickinson's going to die. Poor cuddly guy Leshrac gets the kill on that bad, but Chen in the meantime kills Shadow Demon. I didn't see that. A little bit of a response. 1-for-1 trade overall. And Scandal has the ultimate. Look for him to pop this to take down this tier 2. Of course, he needs a little bit of wave support. As there's the Beastmaster all being used on Leshrac, so that could be 2 deaths for him in a very short span. Of course, one was with the Aegis, so he loses 1, or I guess a third of his charges, so however many charges he has. I didn't even check. My math is awful as well. I'm guessing like 7 or 8 or something like that. I don't know. Either way.
I think it was 7.
So Scandal is going for Bloodstone. Just went mech first, like you said. Is that the typical? That's what you've been seeing, mech on him? and then a Bloodstone.
Not necessarily then a Bloodstone, but at least mech on him. It's been really common, kind of like the support. Usually maybe even like mech and drums, as I've seen
Really?
actually in a couple games. Yeah,
Oh, that used to
kind
be
of like
the. I can understand. Yeah, the theory behind it, like you were talking, it makes sense. I mean, Necrolite used to do that when he was considered a carry. I guess he's still considered a carry, just never picked. Always get a mech on him, and but that's more like a double heal. I guess Death Prophet technically has a heal as she finishes her Bloodstone.
Yeah, well, I guess like you said, or like I was saying, it's just the kind of the fact, just like with Pugnash, she can farm very quickly and get to that mech obscenely fast. So
And he has a heal too. 3 heroes with technically having heals. Does it have anything to do with it? Double heal action. Of course, Death Prophet's not very reliable.
And certainly not going to heal your teammates either.
Yeah. True, no. Well, Pugna doesn't heal his teammates either, bro. He's a selfish mother effer.
Yeah, that's true.
Force Staff on Windrunner. Bottom lane continuing to be pushed by the aforementioned Broodmother, who we talked about like 10 minutes ago, and I said I would never mention him again because he's continuing to do the same thing. Here we have TPs. Initiation, nice roar on Leshrac. Ravage to follow. Crystal Maiden will fall in the end. Morphlin's going to pop that Shadow Demon. What does he have right now? He has Lincolns and 1,600 gold to boot. The chase continues onto Bone Flatcher. One Shackle Shot will spell doom for him. Although now Calculus better be careful because I don't have much to follow this up with. Bone Flatcher doing a ton of damage to this Beastmaster, who again has the... We're seeing
Death
the...
Prophet, huge mech.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Oh, Windrunner barely gets away. And
Yeah.
well,
Scandal came in just in time, mech'd Leshrac, otherwise Leshrac was dead. Really big play.
Big plays. Looks like, wow, 200 away from Pipe on Tidehunter. He's farming relatively well, much better than we've seen recently, in recent memory. I mean, level 12, for God's sake. That's higher than, what, 3 heroes on the opposing team? So that's really... And he was the puller. So somehow he's gotten quite a bit of levels, and this is going to make a huge difference in this game.
Yeah, the animal effector from Beastmaster that you're talking about, finally coming in here. The Hawk actually scouting out Tide and Death Prophet, looping around towards bottom to kill off the Morphling, and then using the Hawk to dodge the waves, actually. So they're going to try to pressure this top tier 2 tower. Meanwhile, the Brood pressures in on their tier 3 and make it really difficult for the Radiant to decide where to defend.
Scandal has that Exorcism ready to go. Leshrac has an ultimate orb now. So most likely going for Sheepstick. Calculus going to get ultied by Shadow Demon. We're seeing that it's every 10 seconds, seriously. Just uses it non-stop. What is it, 50-second cooldown? Something like that?
Yeah, it's not that long.
Uh-oh, stun on Calculus. He's trying to get sent back, but he is dead before it can actually proc. And this is most likely a dead tier 2. Although Leshrac's taking quite a bit of damage. He's going to get nice mech from Death Prophet. Going to get Disruption used by Shadow Demon defensively. Which actually, Death Prophet getting Disruption on... If they disrupt... I didn't really think about it. Disrupting Death Prophet, it's much like a Cyclone in some regard. Where the ultimate still does damage. That's another combination we didn't really think about that would be useful. Although she's so tanky, it's really not even getting close to her dying.
Yeah, and actually the Windrunner bought back there. And then came back and didn't actually do anything, so kind of questionable decision from her there, and definitely didn't pay off. So good fight for Empire overall.
Pipe should be finished on Tide. He's walking back to get it, and there it is. Broodmother in the meantime has 4,300 gold. Could pretty much buy an item straight up now, BKB, something like that.
Should just buy her BKB straight up right now.
Morphling Watch, 3,400. So. Kind of like the Anti-Mage, once he gets that first DPS item, which could come in the terms of, you know, Ethereal Blade, Manta Style, something like that. Basically, the first item after Lincoln's, that's when he starts to actually do something. As far as being helpful for the team in a high regard.
I would say with Manta, he's still not even that helpful, to be perfectly honest. I feel like, because Manta's not really damage on him. On Morphling, it is more of a damage item than on most heroes, because he can scale his base attack damage. But... yeah, I don't know. Manta's more of a hybrid item. It gives survivability, it gives some damage, it's useful for pushing, etc. If he goes Manta, his effectiveness in team fights really won't be until his third item. If he goes shotgun straight away, then he will be effective sooner. And Brood is actually going in on him. She could have actually just Orchided him and done a significant amount of damage with her ult up. But he does have the Lincoln, so she would have had to Spiderlings and then Orchid, which would have been tough.
Morphling TP's away. Here's the disruption used on top of a... I'm questioning that. Oh, actually, that was defensive. I'm sorry. Shadow Demon. See, I'm so used to Henry Dickinson playing that Shadow Demon. It just plays with my mind, you know? It's just unfortunate. As they apparently see this ward, they're going to be counter-warding this most likely. Roshan, any second now, he's going to be popping. There we go. And this is a good time to go get him. Scandal has the Exorcism if they choose to use it. And yeah, Leshrac, prime candidate for this Aegis yet again. And the great thing about using this ultimate on Death Prophet is it's hard to engage them, knowing that this ultimate's already activated. So definitely a major benefit.
Yeah, and with the Edict plus the ultimate from Death Prophet, Rosh just goes down so fast. And yeah, I mean, it's not just the Empire ult from Scandal that they have to worry about, it's also the fact that the Tide has his ult up, so if you walk in there, you're really just walking into a death trap. So instead, they're going to try to go take Tier 2 tower top, which is probably a pretty good decision. Get some wards up along the way, so maybe catch someone who tries to chase them.
Henry Dickinson going balls deep, Frostbite on Scandal. Nothing's going to come of it. So just showing him that he's a man. That's actually the first time I've seen since the change way back when that Death Prophet can TP with her ultimate going, and that things actually follow her. That's actually a pretty old change now, but that big patch way back when, it's literally the first time I've ever seen that come into effect. I guess it's partially because I rarely get to cast Death Prophet in general. But Lesh, 3,500 gold. I'm surprised he's not going for like a BKB, although Beastmaster Roar obviously goes through that. Actually, maybe not. Maybe BKB isn't the best. I mean, the Windrunner Shackle is pretty huge, and we see that time and time again. As Tidehunter is most likely that he can use the Ravage. Oh my god, Morphling's taking a lot of damage. Wow! Wow!
Soul Catcher, man.
Soul Catcher in combination with everything else. Jesus H, man. Dead as a doornail. Beastmaster in the meantime trying to run away. He's going to get the last hit on Broodmother. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade big time.
Yeah, I mean, that really sucks. When you take out the Morphling, you'd really like to come in here and put pressure on mid and put the Radiant in a tough spot if they want to defend against you mid, then the Brood's going to push in bottom. And so the Brood actually does buy back so that they can continue this. Actually, this mid tier 1 tower is going to go down. I didn't realize how low it is. So, looks like Empire is going to go, oh yeah, with Scandals hold up.
Yeah, this is a good decision.
Very serious
Morphling
pressure.
cannot buy back. This is going to be tough. This is going to be at least 1 Rax. I should say at least one. It's going to be 1 Rax. Melee is the most important. Probably not going to stay around much longer after this range Rax is down. Just using the remnants of the Exorcism to get the rest. And that's pretty much tier 1, or the mid Rax down. That's a huge swing. Like, huge kill. Like, we see Broodmother dying. That's not even the biggest. Like, even if she didn't buy back, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Like, it wouldn't have had the same effect because she's pushing her own lane. She's not even taking part in anything. Because that's how you play Broodmother. Morphling, on the other hand, is who you're relying on to do most of your DPS. So, not having a buyback, pretty big blunder.
And I want to take a look at the Gold Grab real quick, actually. Really in favor of the Dire here. Much more than I thought it would be, actually. I mean, even before that fight. And, yeah, then looking at items. Morphling does have an Eagle Song now, so if I would say it's most likely he's going to go for the Ethereal Blade build. Feels that he needs to be able to make a big impact as soon as possible, and trying to burst down the Death Prophet as quickly as possible certainly isn't a bad idea. So I would assume that Eagle Song will turn into Ethereal Blade, although that is a little bit unusual because normally you get the Ghost Scepter first because it just provides such nice stats, in addition to the very useful ability. But I guess he doesn't really fear needing the Ghost Scepter because he's Morphling, so he goes with the Eagle Song instead, so he can just morph more strength into agility anyway and have some insane right-click damage.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Ethereal Blade will... I'm sorry, the Ghost Scepter itself will allow you to evade, what, Death Prophet Ultimate, Broodmother right-click, and that's really the brunt of the damage that you want to evade, so... the Eagle Song, I guess... Well, he's going to end up going the entire item, most likely anyway, because it is probably the only choice, because Butterfly really doesn't matter. I mean, the right-click from Broodmother, sure, but... Death Prophet's going to be doing the most of the damage right here. Bottom lane, Roar is going to be used on Broodmother. He's going to try to right-click away. Most likely will not get out and does not do so. And Morphling could actually finish the Ethereal Blade right now if he wants to, as top lane is in quite a bit of peril. This might be game. Fortification used. Scandal has his Exorcism all over this tower, and that's going to be used on him to keep him in place, but he doesn't seem to care. His ultimate does, the AoE is pretty enormous. Ravage is used on literally nobody, but it doesn't seem to matter. Shivas is picked up on Scandal. Wow, look at the right. There we go. That's the Ethereal Blade coming into action, as Scandal will drop. Leshrac still has the BKB, mind you. So he could probably take out this Rax all by himself as long as there's a little bit of support standing there. Take some damage. This Tidehunter's doing right now. Tidehunter trying to keep the enemy at bay. Bone Flatcher looks like he's just going to try to get out of here, but will not do so successfully, I don't think. Nice stun, but no mana to really do much here.
And Leshrac is going to go down, but oh my god. Shadow Demon just melting.
Yeah, Leshrac, Aegis is used, but really doing as much damage as he can. He'll take one with him. Gets a triple kill out of it. That's more like a triple kill, I'm sorry.
You are no Henry Dickinson, and then just kills the guy.
Henry Dickinson! So yeah, one more push like that, that should be game. Although no Aegis on Lesh, obviously, and about 5 minutes to go till Roshan is up. I don't know if they even need to wait. In fact, this is probably the worst lineup to wait with, because Morphling is the one hero, well, I shouldn't say the one hero, one of the few heroes that can come back from something like this if you give him a little bit of time.
Yep. Well, I imagine once they have all their ults up, they will just come in and push top again.
Most probably.
And basically just missing the title to this point, so we'll see. The reason why the Leshrac went for the Hex instead of BKB isn't just because BKB isn't that amazing, but it's because they don't actually have any setup stuns at all. They have the Disruption, but that's about the only combo they really have is setup stun. Like they've got no Sand King, they've got no Earthshaker, they've got no Sven, anything like that. So having the Hex to turn Hex into stun, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, that's true. Usually he relies on somebody else to set him up because it's such a hard stun to hit a lot of times. Now he can rely on himself. He's cut a little
self-blind.
But it doesn't change the fact that he's still the ugliest hero. Like, he is just butt ugly. Like, Lion is hideous, but in like a retarded way. Morphling's taking a lot of damage, and this should do it, unless he has a buyback, which he might, actually. It's close.
He does.
Okay. He does, but the Exorcism might actually take this out. I don't think Fortification's down. This is going to be an easy Rax. Double Rax usually means GG. Anything's possible in Dota 2, though, as Ravage comes up, hits basically the entire team. Henry Dickinson be the brunt of the damage, but nice Chen keeping him alive, but he will fall in the end, unfortunately for Henry. Freaking Dickinson. Disruption to be used as well. And the Roar used, and then he runs away, apparently, but Tidehunter uses the Anchor Smash. Gush to follow, perhaps. Doesn't really matter at this point. This game is over. Congratulations to Empire 2-1, winning the Grand Finals for the 4PL Cup. Convincing fashion this game. The last two games have been relatively even, and this game, not so much. Yeah, maybe to a certain point, but wow! Morphling gets decimated.
Yeah, well, thanks to 4PL for letting us cast this. It was fun. Sorry, I got a little tired at the end there. I'm actually having trouble with my eyes open at this point.
You can close your eyes now.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Okay.
I am going to. Thanks to the players. A lot of these teams were really fun to watch, especially this final series. Unfortunately, this third game was a little bit one-sided, not that exciting, but the two previous games were both very good, so it's a lot of fun. And thanks to everyone who came and watched.
Oh crap! How do you spell Henry Dickinson? Is it an E?
It's an H-E-N-R-Y.
He left. He can't say it now. Yeah. Freaking Henry Dickinson! GG, everybody. Thanks for watching. My name is Sunsfan. That was Hari of Dota Cinema. Thanks to 4PL, as Hari mentioned, for letting us cast this. It was fun, although I'm sweating my balls off literally right now. And yeah, that was a fun little cup. I'll leave this stream on for a couple more minutes, but thanks for watching, guys. Love you long time.